My name is Firmon Tumwebaze, an ecological monitoring and research officer for Queen Elizabeth Conservation Area. Thank you very much. This conservation challenge that we are facing of invasive species has really affected the park. About 40% of the park has been invaded, and it is a costly thing because removing it from the park is expensive in a way that it is labor intensive, and removing each hectare costs us 4 million shillings. Then the entire area we might need close to 3 or 4 trillion to remove it. Is that what you wanted?
When did you establish
the environment in Queen Elizabeth Conservation Area? Why I am here nekubagamba ekizibu kyetulina mu conservation eno conservation rundi park eno yali originally yali open savanna, but because of the invasives nechuka, we got a very big challenge of invasive species ekibayita kalimanjojo, in English called the Dichorostachys cinerea. Yaja ne covering the whole part, and the challenge with it bwetuka mwanya covering gona ebisoro tebefuna chawakurya tebifuna wakuhita. What happens, they go out and they cause human wildlife conflict. So Gwaja in 2014 we didn't know that it would be a big problem, and later netutandika kukolako research netulaba how we can manage it, but we later found out that the intervention we were using by then would use bulldozers to grade the area. We realized that one was not going to work because it would be like seeding it and also changing the soil structure. So we did manual removal, cutting and removing and uprooting, then burning. Ekyo kyatukolera. So later we wrote proposals netuwandika omu bitongole World Bank netuwa sente netuja mu hectares zenkana 761 zetukozeko. Now when we used the graders twakola omwanya munene. We worked about 4,000 hectares. At start it was looking nice, but when it started sprouting, because as we were moving around the craters, we were seeing how we disturbed the area. So that's where we were able to get some funds from World Bank, and netukola ko 243 OA na network as annual operations fund, netukola ko 146. Then we also wrote a proposal to worldwide fund yebaita WWF wetugenda kati kubalaga netukola ko 350 hectares. And when we used that manual, it worked because ekyo kigendera ddala ku muti. So yagala kugendera ku that invasive. That's what we target. We don't disturb the environment around it. Netujayo roots. After removing roots, we burn. After burning, we come back after 6 months. Netujamu regrosses. Kubera tochijayo tokora remove neguamu. So we came and removed the regrosses. After 6 months, you come and remove regross. Then after more 6 months, you also come and remove regross. Kisera nyo, because it is manual, na yechiri effective. Because it does not disturb the environment so much. So it is like the area is the entire area of the park is 1,978 square kilometers, but from the mapping we have done, we realized that 40% of the area is covered which is about to 7,961 hectares are covered with this invasive, and the challenge is riri mu mwanya gw'ebyobulambuzi, and when the visitors come kyebagala kulaba ensolo kusanyuka, and when they come and they don't see these animals, they are disappointed. They put management on pressure that we have not done our part, and that's why we are making all efforts to make sure that tuguzeemu ekirala. If it is not removed, gubeera mu mwanya gw'ebisolo where animals graze from, and now animals zisenguka or they move to other areas where they reach and cause ekyebayita okurwanagana n'awa communities, human wildlife conflict. They disturb or destroy their crops, add domestic animals, and sometimes they also kill human beings. So it is a costly thing, and it has also again costed us to make sure that we put electric fence where we went yesterday. You saw that intervention, and as we are coming out toward that area, you would see the park is opening. So that's where animals keep going, and when they don't find the fence, they go outside and they cause human wildlife conflict. Here tukozesa communities zituriranye, those that neighbor us. They form community-based organization, and they come and we give them tenders to remove. Now that this is a very expensive and labor-intensive, though effective, each hectare, which is 100 by 100 meters, bagikolera 4 million, including withholding tax, and to do 1 hectare, you require 25 people who will do it in 10 days. So when you calculate food, accommodation, and what in a day, you find a community person is working for 16,000. But then when we are coming to do the regrowth now, because it is not hard, the cost reduces to 2 million. And that's how we have been managing. But so far the area we are going to see the sample we have done using WWF fund, and the area to work on is still huge, and the challenge is still big. So we hope we shall continue writing proposals, we shall continue talking to partners, to government, to make sure that we are supported and this area is restored its original place. Thank you very much.
Yes.
We need about 3 trillion if we are to do it. 3 trillion to remove the entire invaded area. Yes. Thank you.
And see, this is where we have uprooted the Dicrostachys cinerea, one of the major invasive species within Kuniletha-based conservation area. So we normally identify the species where it is located. It is cut, and after cutting, the roots are furrowed and dug out. The reason why we dig out the roots is that the roots have the capacity to regerminate or regrow. So the roots are always located in such areas where we have removed the main stem. So the other roots that goes in the sides are always furrowed and removed from the soil. Then after that, we always advocate for burning of the cut areas, or the trees we have cut from the main stem are always burnt within the spot where we have removed the Dicrostachys. Such heat that is always burnt inside there makes it sprout. And even if the roots sprout, they sprout when they are not so strong. They always have that weaker capacity. And then when we come back for the second phase, we always remove the weaker seedling, the weaker regrowths. And on the third phase, we always register around 85% of the control of the invasive. The stem that we always cut out here is always given to the community. The community always takes the stem and it is always converted into charcoal and sometimes used as wood. That reduces on pressure on our forests for firewood, and also helps the community to gain a livelihood, thus reducing the dependency on the animals for food and other things. Okay, as you can see, this area that we are facing here has been cleared with the funding from WWF, World Fund for Nature, and that fund has helped us to open up 350 hectares of the invasives, as you can see here. So this area has been naturally habitable to animals, but due to the colonization of the invasives, animals had shifted. But I'm happy to report that as the opening is ongoing, we have registered the coming back of many animals, including the buffaloes, including the elephants, and even the waterbucks are now coming here and have started feeding. So such interventions will always see us having the integrity of the park brought back. So we thank WWF for funding us, and we always also request any other partner and even the government to always provide more funding so that whenever we take up such interventions, we will have the integrity of the park back. Thank you.